It happened just seconds after the candles went out. The room was still glowing with applause, cheers bouncing off the rooftop walls, laughter melting into the smooth rhythm of jazz in the background. String lights shimmered above us, casting golden halos across smiling faces. I stood there with my hands open, waiting for him, Eric, my husband, to walk over like he always did. He used to pull me close on my birthday, whisper something warm against my cheek, kiss my forehead gently, making me feel like the most loved woman in the world. But that night, he walked past me. He didn't reach for my hand. He reached for her. She was a stranger. Red dress hugging every curve like it had been sewn directly to her body. Hair spilling in waves. Lipstick a violent shade of crimson. She looked like confidence made flesh. And right there, in front of my family, my friends, everyone who mattered, he kissed her. Not a slip, not a fleeting peck. A slow, purposeful kiss. His hands settled on her waist, drawing her in like I was never even in the room. My name is Rachel. I'm 35 years old. And up until that moment, I truly believed I had a beautiful life. I met Eric at a corporate consulting firm years ago. He had charm in his back pocket, which sharp enough to cut through any silence. We clicked fast. What started as inside jokes and lunchtime sarcasm grew into long nights and shared dreams. Eventually, we married, moved in together, and started building a life we thought we both wanted. He left the firm a few years back and opened his own real estate business. It took everything out of him, late nights, weekend meetings, travel, but it flourished. His name began circulating in professional circles, appearing in business features, and he soaked it in. With his encouragement, I left my 9-to-5 and began focusing on home styling and design, something that had always sparked joy in me. I started a blog, small at first, meant to be a creative outlet. He said he was proud. I believed him. When my birthday neared, I didn't expect much. A dinner out maybe, a few friends. But Eric insisted on planning something big. He rented a rooftop venue downtown, had it catered, hired a jazz band, even arranged for custom lighting. "You deserve something unforgettable," he said that morning, pressing a kiss to my forehead as he handed me coffee. He even bought the dress I wore. A green silk gown I had bookmarked but never bought for myself. He zipped it up for me, whispering, "Tonight you shine." And for a while I did. The room was full of love. Friends toasted me. People kept saying how lucky I was to have a man like him. I danced, laughed, caught up with cousins. I felt seen, celebrated, until she arrived. She walked in late, deliberately. Every eye turned. She knew exactly what she was doing. She walked straight to Eric, ran a hand along his chest, and he lit up. Lit up. He introduced her to a few people, but not to me. Not even a glance in my direction. I leaned toward my best friend Elise. "Do you know who that is?" I whispered. "I think Eric's new assistant," she said, furrowing her brow. Something cold settled in my chest. I tried to shake it off. Told myself I was being insecure. Then the music faded. The lights dimmed. The cake came out. Everyone sang. I smiled, blowing out the candles, clinging to the hope that whatever doubt had crept in, I was just overthinking. Then I turned to find him. But he wasn't beside me. He was across the room, with her. And then he kissed her. Right there. In front of everyone. No shame. No hesitation. A kiss that screamed intimacy. His hands held her like he had done with me 100 times before. But not tonight. Not ever again. Gasps sliced through the air. Someone knocked over a glass. No one spoke. I stood there still holding the cake knife, eyes fixed on the man I thought I knew, lips still sticky with frosting. He looked back at me and I braced for guilt, regret, something. But what I saw wasn't guilt. It was relief. 15 minutes later, the rooftop was empty. No one could meet my eyes as they left. Eric had disappeared with her. I never even got the chance to speak. I sat in my car afterward, parked beneath the glowing city skyline, staring at nothing for over an hour. I drove home alone. The next morning he showed up. No flowers, no apology, no sorrow, just a single sentence. "I can't do this anymore." My voice shook. You humiliated me, in front of everyone. On my birthday. He said nothing, just gathered a few things, said he'd be staying somewhere else and left. I didn't fall apart right away. For the next few days I simply floated. Then came the fire. And when it hit, it didn't leave room for sadness. I went to my laptop and opened the blog. I wrote it all, every detail. The party, the kiss, the silence. I didn't name names, but I didn't have to. Our circle knew. People talked, and talk spread fast. Photos from the night were already out there. I added one to the post. Just one. Him kissing her. No captions. No commentary. Just truth. And then everything changed. The post went viral. Messages poured in from strangers, women who had seen themselves in my story. My blog exploded overnight. Media outlets reached out. Publishers too. I got offered a book deal within the month. Meanwhile, Eric's world cracked. Clients started distancing themselves. A few of his agents resigned. A couple of big contracts slipped away quietly. His perfect, polished image was now tangled with betrayal and scandal. He called, livid. You ruined everything. How could you do this? I stayed calm. You wanted attention, I said. Now you have it. That was 6 months ago. My blog is now my job. I've built a brand, something of my own, born from ashes I never asked for. I still think about that night sometimes. The candles, the silence, the way no one knew where to look. But I don't cry anymore. Because here's what I've learned. Some people don't break you because they hate you. They do it because they never valued you to begin with. And when that happens, don't sit quietly in your pain. Stand. Speak. Rise.